Croeso, welcome to another Brickright video. This video today is about setting out your brickwork for an extension. So let's jump straight in. So first things first, what you got to do is establish what measurements your brickwork's got to go to. So on the plan here, look, I got 11 meters, 700. That's from there to there. Now then, we got 8 meters, 850. From there to there. All right, so that's the two measurements we're looking for, and that's it. And then this one here, that is 1 meter 265, and there's no measurement on there, but I've scaled off the plan, and that's 1.9. So scaling, if you go get a scale rule, and then on this plan, the scale there, look, is 1 to 50. You just use your scale ruler and measure that, or you measure from the end to there to here of 11 meters 700. Okay, so let's get out onto the concrete now and show you what's what. So really the setting out of it starts even before you've put the concrete in, because you've got to find out your heights for your damp proof course. So let's show you that. So damp proof course, I took off the inside there, the door's shut, but the concrete floor in here is the finished floor level. All right, there's no damp proof course on this property because it's pre-damp proof course. This house is probably about 100 years old, if not more. So transfer the level from the damp proof course out to here. You can see the pencil line on the wall there. And what we did from that point, got a laser level over to there. And yeah, Steve and Alex, bricklaying. It's Steve, if you're watching. I finally took the jump into getting myself a laser level, and it's been brilliant. So yeah, you've been telling me for a long time to get one. So the laser level was transferred over to that line there. You can see that line on the wall here. All right, and then I basically transferred to that line there. So that's damp proof course. So between this line here and your concrete down there, so from there up to your damp proof course, right, I gauge that to be 600mm, which works bricks. Okay, so when you gauge in brickwork, it's 65mm for a brick and 10mm for a joint. So I got 600mm there. That works out, that works bricks for me. And what I tend to do, I tend to leave the concrete a little bit low and bump up, because when you're laying bricks, if you bump up, so put thicker beds on underneath, then that's actually fine, because it's easier to bump up than what it is to kind of grind down. So you don't want your concrete high and all of a sudden you're trying to grind down, because it's a little bit more difficult. So that's the way I always do it. So we've got our 600mm. Then what I did is I put pegs in the ground. You can see this all in the previous video. Put pegs in the ground all the way along, which represented that 600mm. So that level has been continued all the way around here. Okay, so that's that. So then what I did, I got the laser level and I checked the concrete, because a lot of concrete gone in here, and when we were pouring the concrete, the pegs were moving slightly. So what I've done is I've got the laser level and I've taken a measurement over to here, and what we've done is it got over to here and we're 12mm down, or you could put a 12 minus, which means below level. Okay, so that's 12mm below the level of up there. All right, so to be clear, that's level and that's 12mm lower. So I know when I'm laying my bricks, I got to bump up this area, this corner a little bit, and then I took a measurement from where I am and follow me over here. All right, and I'm saying this as slow and as clear as I can so you can understand it. And then we've come to this area, so we've gone from over there now, that's your 12, over to this bit to here, and this bit we're 15mm down. Okay, all right, and then we've travelled it all over to here, and then we're 15mm low here as well. So the worst case scenario is we're 15mm lower than that area over there where Fraser is. So I know the level of my concrete. Now it's on to where the brick's got to go. Right, normally what you do, you've got a straight line. Like that building there has got a straight line down it. So you could just measure from there onto the other corner, from there out, square off the building, job done. Can't Can't do that here. We got render on the brickwork. We got all these little bits here sticking out, and then this bit in the middle all goes in, so it's kind of all over the place, right? So what me and Frey did to get a square off the building, we set this line up, right? See this pink line which goes through? That pink line goes all the way out. Ryan's in the way. And the pink line goes all the way out past there. Okay, so what we did, we measured 365 millimeters from the wall here onto brickwork, not render. Fraser chipped the render off. Look. So on brickwork, 365, and then we went down here, show you, and we measured 365 off the brickwork onto the line and run the line out past where we need to go. So that line now gives us a square rather than measuring off the house, which is probably gobbledygook. We just made sure it's all right and square. Okay, so that's that. Right, next what I've done, we got a 350 millimeter cavity. Okay, 100mm block. You can see I've marked that out with the line down there. That's a 100mm block, 150mm cavity, and then a 100mm block or brick on the outside to equate to that end there. 350mm from there to there. That's my size of my cavity. Okay, right, then I've transferred the line down with some sand and cement, and I've drawn a line on the floor here. But what I've also done in this corner, I've measured from that line to this pink line, and I've got myself a measurement. Say the measurement hypothetically 600mm. I've measured, let me turn around. I've dropped the line down and I've measured 600mm. You can see my line in the foot in there, look, where plumb off the line. Measured plumb down off the line. I've measured 600mm from there to my line here, and then all I've done in the cement, look, I've just drawn a line. So the what's that? Something just landed in my head. Oh yeah, a bird just pooed straight on top of my head. It's supposed to be good luck, that, isn't it? So yeah, nice start to the day. A load of bird shit in my head. Just rub it in, and it's just good luck. We'll just crack on. Right, so now what we do, we measure 1 meter from the plan, if you remember, 1 meter 265, and you can see that line in the cement there. Alright, yeah, for those of you who followed the videos of ours from the start, we got young Brad who used to work with us. He's coming in on the wagon now with Travis to deliver some materials to us. We'll sail out to Brad in a minute. So then what I've done is from that line here, so from this line here, I've then measured 8 meters 850, and I've taken it all the way up this trench, all the way here, and I've put a mark on here, 8 meters 850. Okay, so I've done exactly the same down here as what I did over the other side. Plumb down, measured back off the line, put a line on the floor, and transferred everything I need with a cavity over to there. Alright, so you get that, and then over from here, what I've done is I've measured out up to here, 8 meters 850, and that brings me up to this line here. Okay, so I've got that. So now I've set this pink line up going along here, right? I've set that pink line up. Now what I've done, I've used Pythagoras theorem. So I've measured 4 meters from the edge of there, just be clear. So I've measured 4 meters from my line here, all right, and I've measured 4 meters to the end of the brick, and I've measured 3 meters to the end of that brick, and I put my tape measure from there diagonally up to there, and I've equated 5 meters. Now that means that this corner is actually square, but we also took a square with the builder's set square in this corner as well to give us a rough indication of where that line was coming off. And then I've done exactly the same into this corner as well. Look, I've done, watch out, right, please, thanks mate. From that line there, I've done 3 meters up to here, and then I've done 4 meters up to here, and then I've gone 5 meters diagonally across to there as well. Here he is then, for all those people who followed us from the start. He's back. He's back, and I requested him because I know he'll do a good job for us. And you are, Brad, and you're helping us out.
I'm going to dump it down the corner, I am, and they can wheelbarrow it all in.
He never changes, does he?
No.
Fred, get the knife and let his tyres down.
Good luck with that.
Please see me?
No.
No.
It means I got to work if I got to come back.
Yeah, exactly. Well, at least I don't have to bloody pay you this time.
Aye, he still hasn't given me a breakfast roll, though.
No, there's no time for bloody breakfast rolls, Brad. I tell you what we'll do, right, if you're up for it.
Go on, then.
I have still got a video on YouTube of the donut, the eat off with the donut.
Yeah.
See if you can beat your record on the donut, is it?
Yeah? Are long gone.
I'll get him a donut and we'll see if we can get him to...
I'm getting too old for that.
see if we can get him to beat his world record, alright? Right. So then, as a double check, what I've done is I've measured from the outside edge of the cavity, 8 meters, 850 to here. I've done the same behind me, okay? And then I've measured 11 meters, whatever it was, 11 meters 700 was it? From here to there, to that line. And then I've measured 11 meters 700 from there to that line. Hang on, the boss is calling, Brad's calling me, hang on. Brad's bringing off the bricks now. Happy days. G'day mate, it's bloody hot today, 27 degrees. We've got the old Australian cowboy hat on, mate. But right, here we are then, this is where we are at. Starting to build some corners up here, and Frey will show you that one that I've built up down there. So at this point, what I'm doing now, I'm just keep checking my squares, keep checking my measurements, and when I get up to DPC, I'll check it all again, and then we'll do the inside course after that. But stay tuned, because I have managed to do the diagonals, and I'll be showing you that in some later part of the video. But for now, we'll carry on building this, and we'll show you, when we get the line up, we'll show you some bricklaying. So we've taken a level out there for the laser level for the finished floor, transferred it over. So that's our top of damp proof course now, where you can see those 2 bricks. This is for the door. There's a door going here, and if I swivel around, so there's a 3 meter door going there, pillar with a steel, 3 meter door going there, pillar, steel, 3 meter door. So 3 lots of bifolding doors, 3 meters long. Oh, wasp, go away. And there's another door we got to set out over there in that corner as well. But I said I'd show you the diagonal, so let's get in the welfare unit, and I'll do that. I'll show you the diagonals that we'll work them out right now. Right, squared. Hopefully you can see my pencil mark. So let's have a look. So you got that measurement there, 11 meters 700 is the width of the extension. Okay, and then this one, 8 meters 850. Sorry, that's the width and that's the length. Okay, so what you do is you go 11 meters, 700, and on your calculator you square that. So I think that's x2, if I remember, on the calculator. And you write that figure at the top here, look. x2. So it's 11.7 squared equals 136.89, and that's the front. That's the length of it. And then you do the same squared for this. 8 meters, 850 squared, which is 78.3225. And then what you do is you add the two together, the two areas together, to give you 215.21. And then what you do on your calculator, that tick there is a square root. So then you find the square root of that figure there, which is 14.67. So 14.67 from one corner to that corner of the extension, and it's all the same dimensions for this side as it is for this side, as it is for the length of it. So it's the same diagonal here as the same diagonal is there. It's the same for both. So I'm going to go out to site now, and 14 meters or 14.67 meters is the measurement from one corner to the other. I've done that. I'm ever so slightly out on the square of it, but do you know what? I'm close enough to think, well, yep, that is absolutely okay. So there we go. That's how to work out your diagonals. I hope. I haven't done it for ages, so I hope I got it right. I'm sure if I haven't, somebody's going to correct me underneath. So out on site now, from that corner to that corner, it was 14.67 meters, and the same from that corner up to this corner right on the end there should be exactly the same measurement. And then another one to check, I would go Pythagoras theorem. I go 4 meters from the end down to there, then I go 3 meters from the end, draw a line, then I go 5 meters on your tape for that one. And you can do that on all 4 corners of the square. And then the other thing to do is measure from here to here. I think it was 11 meters 700 to there, wasn't it? And then you can do the same from there to there, 11.7. And then if we come over to here, and then we go from this corner 8 meters, I think it was 8 meters 850 to there, and then you go in that corner 8 meters 850 to there. And if you check all that and all the measurements are working out right, you will be square. And then the other thing we've done is we've used our brand new laser level, and we've gone around, we've taken a level from there, transferred it over to, so everything on the laser level is all level all the way around. And I have to say, coming from a dumpy level to using that is why didn't I do it sooner? But there we go. So we just had to mix it in again now. 1.8 cube of lean mix concrete, like a semi-dry mix. That's to fill a cavity up. So I'll show you what we're doing with that, and then we got to dig it in to start doing the floor. So there we are. Didn't show you putting it in the cavity because it probably would have bored the crap out of you. So what we've done, look, you can see it on the camera, we've put it in like that, ever so slightly. You know, look, in there, and then the MOT will come roughly to the top of there, look, the stone, and then your insulation will go in here and up there. There we are then. So we're all up to DPC. Concrete in the cavities all done. Doorways, everything all set out. Drainage all sprayed out, ready to rock and roll. All been already clarified by building control. That's all been set out and agreed upon. There we go. That's the video completed. All up to DPC. Next video, we have got more issues going on with the floor. If you want to see what's going on with the floor, what builder control have said and all the rigmarole, what's going on with that. Tune into the next video, all will be revealed there. But until then, please like, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Cheers.